The year currently, as of this recording, is 2004. We seem to be at a location, and let's see what kind of creatures we can document here. Right now, sleeping seems to be a female Tyrannosaurus Rex. She seems to be taking a nap after a long day of hunting. We seem to hear a noise. Seems like this female has children. The green one seems to be named Poacher, as the orange one is named Hunter. Seems like Hunter and his sibling have a fun day of playing. The both of them turn, and they are greeted by their father. A huge 12-ton T-Rex. At that size, that is almost abnormally huge for a huge Tyrannosaurus Rex. And it seems like their father is going off hunting. Later on in the day, we appear to be at some sort of plains. However, that's what the dad is after. A lone bull male Triceratops. The dad creeps up closer to it. As you can see, he is hiding in the tall brush. That way the Triceratops is low profile. Thanks to that, it's harder to spot him. Thus, the T-Rex seems to be perfectly camouflaged. With a loud thundering roar, he attacks. And the chase is on. The Rex finally breaks the Triceratops' neck, and he is victorious. And now he appears to be calling for someone. Rise about Hunter's gonna finish Poacher in this fight. That's when they hear their dad's calls. So does their mother. She ushers for her kids to follow. Finally, the mother seems to have arrived. Hunter and Poacher. They begin tucking into the carcass. However, after 2 weeks later, Hunter and Poacher have seemed to become juveniles. Juveniles means when they're kids, but not quite kids. And it looks like, since they're mastering the elements of fighting, it looks like they're officially ready for their first hunt ever. Of course, not by themselves, but being the father he is, it seems like their father's taking them on their first hunt. Hunter and Poacher immediately stop playing. As their father requests them to follow him. As the mother continues sleeping, at least not for long. The mother Tyrannosaurus heard that, but meanwhile, the father and sons seem to be still going off into the distance to find suitable prey. That's when finally they see something that Poacher and Hunter can possibly hunt. And it appears to be a little bird. Sure, this bird is tiny, very tiny for Hunter's father, but not too tiny for him, since this bird is enough to possibly feed Hunter by himself, or at least whoever catches it. He then beckons for his children to hunt it. That's when suddenly Hunter trips, and Poacher goes off after him. Poacher seemed to caught his kill. As for poor Hunter, he just lays there in defeat. As for his brother, seems to be making fun of him. Hunter is quite saddened that his brother seems to have bested him. But Hunter looks up at his father. He gives him the notion that he tried his best, and that's all that matters. But then, suddenly, they hear a distress call from the nest. He recognizes that call anywhere. That is his mate. But not only that, that's their mother. Before the father could get there to attack this ungodly attacker. But it seems to be too late. Because standing before him is a Spinosaurus that killed his mate. The Spinosaurus spots him, and Ripper seems to be ready for another fight. The father stares into his mate's lifeless eyes, and he cannot believe she's gone. The father seems to have a good hold on Ripper's neck. But Ripper throws him down. Being twice his size, he easily overpowered him. He stares up at his children for one last time. Hunter and Poacher cannot believe that their father has been defeated this easily, and now they are terrified. The father gets up and runs towards his children, but Ripper does too. He picks both of his sons up in his mouth, and he runs with them. As the father's trying his hardest to save what's left of his family, then he seems to have run into him again. It seems like Ripper has outmaneuvered him, and now he has him cornered. The only logical thing the father to do now is he takes Poacher and Hunter and then tosses them. He tells his children to run as he tries to buy his children as much time as they can before he becomes just like their mother. They don't want to leave without their father, but he's made it clear that they have to get out of there. As the two are running, they seem to have run into bigger trouble. That's when, right as about they are running away, suddenly, they run into bigger trouble. As the first one missed, the second one chases after them. Before he can jump on top of them, they turn back to stare at their savior, but it is their father. He decides to save him one last time. They give him one last goodbye roar as they go ahead and just start running off into the great unknown. So far, it has been 2 weeks. Hunter and Poacher have been living side by side ever since. They usually snack on birds, carcasses, or even insects to try and get some nutrients. Because they still have a lot of growing to do, Hunter ushers for Poacher to follow him, as he picked up the scent of a carcass nearby. And surely enough, sitting right over at them, a couple of feet away, is a meal that could last them for weeks. They seem to be snacking on the dead Lystrosaurus. As they are feasting on it, they failed to hear that the original owner has returned. Another week has passed, and the two of them are desperately starving. And that's not good for a couple of young T-Rexes at this age, because starving to death is almost immediately caused when they are stranded out by themselves like this. Right as about these two are just gonna give up and just let each other die, that's when they smell something. This could be their last chance to get a meal. They smell a bird. Without wasting any more time, they strike. They seem to have killed the bird together. But it seems like Poacher is not wanting to share. It looks like the two of them have a new problem. Hunter, being a little bit more plump and a little bit more healthier, he easily knocked over Poacher. Poacher's furious that his betrayed him like this. But Hunter has made it clear that he's not giving up this carcass, even if that's for his own brother. So Poacher furiously leaves. Hunter is shocked that Poacher is actually leaving, since it is certain death, but he cannot change his brother's decisions, so he lets him go. Hunter is now kind of sad that his own brother left him, But Hunter has no other choice, so he begins eating his quarry. Around 4 years has passed. 4 very long years. We see another Lystrosaurus. As he's digging up the dirt, looking for small shrews or any other things he can find in the ground. That's when, suddenly, out of nowhere, what just brung down this Lystrosaurus? It is Hunter. As you can see, he has grown, and he now has the power to take down at least medium-sized, or at least small-sized creatures. He'll basically jump on them like a velociraptor and start slicing them to pieces with his claws, on his toes, and along with his sharp teeth. Since he is now much more healthier, now he has the ability to run. That means it's going to make it much harder for any predator to catch him. He still misses his brother Poacher, especially his mom and his dad. But Hunter's realized that even if life throws a brick at his head or tell him he smells, he doesn't care, as he is now a survivor. Hunter may be just one T-Rex, but he is the single T-Rex that has survived for over 4 years by himself and continuing to survive. And thanks to that strategy, he will forever prevail. And that is why Hunter will be forever crowned king of the island of Jurassic Adventure.